So this car isn't exactly like the cars I typically talk about on this channel. Sorry, that's a difficult sentence. Try it. Most of the cars we take a look at on this channel is tuners, or like iconic cars from the past. The Huracan isn't exactly iconic, yet. And it isn't exactly a tuner. Well, it is, but not really. It's almost like a super tuner. Where most tuners like the GT86, N54 BMWs and VTEC Hondas are affordable and easily modifiable, the Huracan is cack expensive, but it's still easy to modify. Which means that the cheaper ones are better, right? Like the BMWs and that. Well, not really. It's not a comparable battle. You see where an N54 can reach like 800 horsepower, and that's if you drop a lot of money into it, turbos, ethanol, everything. The Lambo can double that, and you can get around 1600 horsepower with the sheepyrace turbo kit. Yes, for the money of that kit you could buy like 10 N54s, but it's just not a comparable battle. So let's put the Huracan in its own class, super tuner. But before we talk about just mods and stuff, let's look at the stock Huracan so we can see from where you're going, because it's not a bad starting point already. The stock Huracan is powered by a 5.2 liter V10 that makes around 600 horsepower, and you get the Huracan in a 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive version. So you have the choice between a crazy fun, crazy dangerous supercar or a dumb fast one that's got a little less character. Me personally, I would go for the 4-wheel drive, because I mean, like, the 4-wheel drive does a 10.4 second quarter mile, claimed again, stock. I mean, that's fast. And imagine if you put all of the power in the car, the 4-wheel drive is just going to be a bit better. The 2-wheel drive, you're not going to be able to put it down. Yes, it's going to be fun, but you'll lose every race against the 4-wheel drive with the same power. Yeah. And the nice thing with the 4-wheel drive one is you can buy it, drive it off the lot, go to the track and do a 10-second quarter mile. Over and over and over again. Stock, without even changing anything. And it's not just fast in a straight line. The car is more than capable on track too. Look, for the money, I would honestly hope the car was capable, but it's still not a bad car. But let's stop talking about the stock one. Let's get into the fun stuff, tuning. With just a tune, you can add like 50 wheel horsepower, which isn't too much, and it's still really expensive. It's not a cheap tune, but let's say money isn't a problem at all in your life. You can do a twin turbo kit and make some insane power. Now, there are a few companies that offer twin turbo kits, but I'm going to talk about sheepyrace, because when you think twin turbo Lambo or R8, that's the first name that just pops into your head. And they've got a very detailed website explaining the money and what they do with each stage. So it's just easier to take a look at this. Now, stage 1 is around $35,000, and what that gives you is 800 wheel horsepower on pump gas. This includes 2 turbos and an ECU flash, and I think it's more than enough for any street car. So you'll end up with an 800 horsepower all-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive depending on the specific Huracan you've got, and that's on pump gas, which is crazy. Like let's go back to the N54 again. To get the N54 to 800 horsepower, you're going to have to run E85 with methanol, huge turbo, everything. This is 800 horsepower on pump gas. Again, it's freaking expensive. You can do the whole methanol thing with the N54 for cheaper, but that's why they're not in the same class. Okay, yeah, let's move on. They offer a stage 2 kit, which adds a flex fuel system and a Motec standard load ECU. This also raises the power from 800 horsepower on the wheels to 1200 horsepower on E85. And this is cheap. It's just like $66,000 to get the car to that level. You can buy a brand new Toyota Supra for this money. So, but yes, you can buy a Supra, or you can have 1200 horsepower Hypercar killer. So it's your choice which way you want to go. Huh? Now you can even go higher than that with this engine. 1200 is more than enough in my opinion, but you can go higher. It's a good motor, and if you've got really deep pockets, you can come close to 2000 horsepower with this platform. sheepyrace offers the stage 3 kit, which they rate for at 1600 horsepower, and with that they built the clutches, they built the motor, so you've got a fully built V10 motor on 4-wheel drive. Well, you can do the rear-wheel drive as well, but just imagine having 1600 horsepower and 4-wheel drive. You can drive it on the road and you'll have 1600 horsepower. That's insane. And yes, the total is going to end up at a lot because the car already is like what, $250,000 or whatever, and then you have to drop another 70k on that. But let's say for under $400,000, you'll have a supercar that can drop any hypercar in a straight line. It's not going to drop them in the corners and stuff, but like in a straight line, nothing on the road is going to catch you. Like, you'll kill anything. That's why I said it's like a super tuner, because the whole idea of a tuner is a car that is cheap-ish but can destroy cars that costs much more. And the Lambo is the same, kinda, just on an insanely expensive level, where the N54 335i with some mods will drop cars like the C63 Mercs, M4s, and if you drop a bit more money, you can even run with some supercars and stuff. The Huracan is more like a car you spend a bunch of money on, and then it will drop $1 million hypercars, freaking Bugatti Veyrons, whatever. It's insane. So it is technically a tuner, just for the dude that was hyper successful. And trust me, if I had the cash, I would own a twin turbo Lambo. If I could, I would. It's something I would love. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll check you guys in the next one. Cheers,